If you're not listening to these types of things outside of here, I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Mel Robbins podcast, great one. This is for anyone that feels stuck. Have you had a season you feel stuck? Do you currently feel stuck? I don't know. Maybe you do. But Mel Robbins just gave you some things. Again, a lot of these things are might be reminders, but are we doing what we know? Some of these things might be things you've already heard or you've seen or you've tried or you've done in a past season, but are you doing it now? If if this is your challenge, if you're feeling stuck in a certain area, if you're feeling stuck in your health life, in your relationships, in whatever it is, are we doing these things? Again, staying stuck means you're focusing on the wrong things. If you stay stuck in something for a very long time, you're probably focused on the wrong stuff. Remember, where our focus goes, our energy flows, right? Where our focus goes, our energy flows. Whatever we focus on, we get more of. So if you're not intentional about what you're choosing your brain to be focused on and you feel stuck, likely you're focused on the wrong things. You're just focused on the wrong stuff. You're focused on things that are not getting you to the life that you want. You're focused on things that maybe, again, you're keep you in your comfort zone or you're used to focusing on. I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, you want to get unstuck. You need to make sure you're focusing on better things. I just dropped the link in there for you. She gave you three things. The reasons why you're stuck. Number one, you're not ready to change. You're just not ready. You're not sick and tired of being sick and tired. You're not at your lowest point. You're not at rock bottom. You really don't want the discomfort of changing. You like where you are. It's comfortable to you emotionally. It's comfortable. You might say you don't like it. You might complain about it, but like really it's just comfort. It's home for you. That negativity is home. That anxiety is home. That, overworked feeling is home. Like you don't know any different. So like you might think you want different, but like you're really not ready to change. You gotta be able to make a decision. Once you realize I want to change, you're making a decision. In one of our chapters, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, it talks about champions are decisive. We make decisions. We're not going to stay someplace too long. We're just going to make a decision, good, bad, and different. You can make a decision and it literally is the wrong decision, but you'll figure it out quickly. You'll figure it out very quickly that you shouldn't have left that job or left that relationship or whatever. Like you'll understand it. You're like, oh man, that wasn't right. And then guess what you get to do? You get to make another decision. Versus if you're feeling stuck and you just sit in your process, like I just don't know. I'm not sure, right? Like we gotta make some decisions. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Nothing is gonna change in your life until you change. That's the thesis of these calls. If you change your thinking, you change your life. You're trying to change something out there. You're trying to change, right, your situation out there. You're trying to change your financial life, and you still think about money like you thought about it 10 years ago. Why do you think you'll change? You're operating with the same operating system. You haven't upgraded your level of consciousness. What did we talk about yesterday or Wednesday or Monday? Right? A problem can't be solved at the same level of consciousness it was created. You created your financial problem. It didn't just happen to you. You created it. You created it from where you think, from how you think, from your level of consciousness. So you want to change it, you got to change your level of consciousness, which means you got to change in order for it to change. That's what we talk about. So if you're stuck, possibly because you're not ready to change. Second thing she said, the reason why you're stuck is because you're overthinking or you're overcomplicating things. You're overthinking or you're overcomplicating it. You're thinking of all the different ideas and you just don't know. Like you have to get out of your brain and start to what? Simplify it into a plan so you can take some action. Get out of your brain, put it on paper, right? We talk about the same things all the time. Is your vision written down? Are your goals written down? Is what you're trying to accomplish this month written down? And do you have a simplified way to go about actually doing it? So that when life throws you the haymaker, when life knocks you off kilter, when someone in your family dies, when something happens and right, something tragic happens, do you go right back to the simplified thing that you have written down? Or now we're drifting again? We're back to in our feelings. We're back to, I just need time. This is what takes us away. Again, I'm telling you guys this because, again, if we're going to go get to the life that we want, you want to design a life you don't need a break from. You have to be more disciplined. You have to be more focused. You have to have more emotional control, more emotional regulation, right? Like you have to be able to do these things. So this becomes your practice. Third thing she put as a trap was hesitation, procrastination, hesitation, however you want to say it. But this is something that holds people back, that keeps them stuck. Do you recognize if that's you, if you're procrastinating, if you're hesitating, if you're just wanting things, if you're not able to, excuse me, actually go after them? You probably need to take some action. You probably just need to do something, right? If you feel like you're hesitating or procrastinating, you got to like move. You got to do something. You got to take an action. You got to actually like do something and get to get out of your head, to get out of the procrastinating, the hesitation side of things. I wrote down, you'll never feel ready. I hope you all know that. Like, I hope you know, like you never really feel ready to do something. That's why when I hear people say like, I'll get in like when I'm ready, like you're never going to be ready. I know you're never going to be ready. Life is never going to slow down enough for you to make a change. Oh, well, when I have this happen, it's never going to happen. I hate to burst your bubble, but it's never going to happen. When has it happened in your life where it just you had life so perfectly that everything was just perfect and you were able to take that next step? It was just the most comfortable thing for you because your finances were good and your relationships, everything was just right where you wanted it. So you're like, now I feel ready to take that major step. It never happens. It never happens. So you're never going to feel ready. You got to do it anyway. You got to do it anyway. If you are feeling stuck, again, listen to the Mel Robbins podcast. Think of these things that we just talked about. Think of some of these things. Which one, where are you? If you're feeling stuck, is it because you're not ready to change? Is it because you're overthinking, overcomplicating? Is it because you're hesitating and procrastinating? Like, where do you think you fall? Maybe it's all three. Maybe it's all three. Maybe that's the work you got to start doing. The internal work of like, man, why am I not ready to change? How come I haven't made a decision yet? I know I say I don't like this, but how come I haven't done anything? Man, I am overthinking this. I have all these ideas. I just don't know which way to go or how to do. How come I'm in my head so much? You got to start thinking about this. In our text, 177 Mental Toughness Secrets, one of the things it says champions escape excessive cognition. Cognition, thoughts. We escape excessive cognition. Like this is the goes to the second one, the overthinking, the overcomplicating. You got to be able to get out of your head and start doing work. Have something simple that you can do so that you're not just thinking all the time and overthinking things, so that you're actually doing things. Here's what it says in text. It says the enemy of creativity and clarity is excessive cognition or having too many thoughts to process at the same time. That's the enemy of creativity and clarity. Let's just stop there. Do you feel super clear about where your future is? Like, can you see what's up ahead very clear? Do you know what your vision is, or it's murky? How creative are you? And do you have ideas, things that you want to put in place, things that you want to do and see? And right, are you creative, or is that right? Your creativity lacks a little bit. It's possibly because you're in your head too much. It says the enemy of creativity and clarity is excessive cognition or having too many thoughts to process at the same time. The old cliche, you can't see the forest through the trees, applies when this occurs. Cognitive overload is a major problem for many leaders, but not for the world class. Champions know we are living in the age of the mind where operating with optimal clarity is critical. This is the reason they schedule time to get away and be alone with their thoughts. Amateur thinkers see this as vacation time or time off, but the pros know it's completely different. Investing in solitude gives performers a chance to slow their thought process and elevate their consciousness in order to gain perspective. When champions' minds are not clear and focused, they turn their power into creating new solutions to current problems. The great ones know their single greatest asset is their ability to think. One more time, the great ones know their single greatest asset is their ability to think. They do what it takes to make sure their minds are fresh, rested, and clear. One of the most powerful tools gaining popularity with the world class is this flotation tank, a sensory deprivation tool that isolates the mind from external stimulation. It's an enclosed chamber about the size of a closet, completely dark and soundproof. Inside is a tub filled with 10 inches of water mixed with Epsom salt in which a person can float. I've done this before. It's really cool. except for when water gets in your ears, but that's a, a sidebar, right? After about an hour, the performer emerges refreshed and renewed. The great ones are open to anything that will give them an edge in their thinking. While the masses focus on exploring outer space, the great ones explore their inner space. This non-linear approach to thinking and problem solving is misunderstood by the masses who still believe the key to getting better results is working harder. Champions know thinking is the real answer, and they are committed to keeping their minds fresh and clear. You have to be committed to keeping your mind fresh and clear. You have to escape this excessive cognition. Like Mel Robbins says, you got to stop overthinking and not taking action and staying in your head. It is what's causing you to stay stuck, to not get to the life that you want. We have to take action. You move, right? It's in the movement that you get the momentum. Motion creates emotion. If you just move, right? Tony Robbins talks about our physiology, right? How we move our body, how we use our body determines, right? Some of our feelings, some of the things that we think. You can't be depressed and actively smiling and running around. You're not. When you're depressed, your body is low, right? You're shallow breathing, right? Like it has a lot to do with your movement. This has everything to do with what you're doing up here. If you are constantly thinking and overthinking and you have excessive cognition, you're not clear and you're not being creative and you're just going through the day. We got to escape that if you want to get to the life that you want. If you want to design your ideal life, you got to get away from this. And it happens to most of us, especially if you have a lot of things that you want, or you're overworked, or you get burned out, or you haven't taken this time to, what it says in here, schedule time away to just be with your thoughts. If you've gone 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years and never just scheduled time away, not vacation time like it says, where I'm just, oh, I'm vacation. No, no, no. I'm intentionally spending time away with my thoughts. If you haven't done that, it's likely you have some excessive cognition, and we got to get through that, y'all. We got to get through that. This quote says, experts believe each of us can tap into our own islands of savant intelligence that are simply overwhelmed by everyday cognition. The action step says, schedule time to isolate yourself for 20 or 30 minutes every day for the next week and take note of how it impacts your ability to think clearly. That's what sometimes we need. This weekend, right? It's Friday. It's a holiday weekend, right? Like people are off on Monday and Tuesday, whatever the case. You get an extra day. What are you going to do with it? You're going to sleep? You're going to party? You're going to drink? You're going to hang out? Or do you take an extra day because you so badly want to get to your vision? You so badly want to get to the life that you don't need a break from, that you're going to take 4 hours on your day off and sit with your thoughts and go to the river or go to the lake or go wherever your happy place is and sit with your thoughts and journal and write out your vision and cry and laugh and scream and whatever you need to do to get out of your brain and actually take some action to getting towards your life. Are you going to do that this weekend? I hope you do. That's my encouragement for you. Do something that scares you and pushes you out of your comfort zone this week. If it just means you got to sit with yourself because that's scary, then go do that. Then go do that thing. It's going to make you better. I love you guys. I want you to win. You deserve it. Your families deserve it. They're counting on you to win. They're counting on you to get this information. They're counting on you to get better. They're counting on you to do the work. You just got to go do it. That's why they're not here. You're here. You're here. You got to take this information in. You have to apply it in your life. And then you have to go get better. You have to keep working on this thing. That's how we get to the top of this. Enjoy your weekend, y'all. I'll see you back here on Monday. All right. Even if it is a holiday, all of y'all should be on time. None of y'all have to work. It's Monday. You don't have to go anywhere. Show up at 9:30. No, I'm joking. I love you guys. I'll see you guys on Monday, though. For real. Take care.